Hey guys! So today I want to have a little talk to talk. This is something that a couple of people have asked me and I feel like I should just do. And it took me a while to kind of get my thoughts all squared away and to have it more into... I don't want this to be a long, rambly video. There's a couple things I do want to talk about that could be their own videos, but this is strictly on how to become a self-employed artist and can you do it? That's pretty much it. So I'm going to start off with there's this rock metaphor I learned in college. Now, I don't like the original reason why this rock metaphor was made, but it does have a good moral to it. Now, how this rock metaphor thing works is picture, or saying, whatever, picture like a vase, a very big vase, right? You have your most important things you have to, I'll say, just get done in the day, or whatever. You know, so things that are most important to you are your really big rocks, and, like, things you need to get done. Then you have littler rocks and little rocks for littler things. And once you get to sand, sand will be the fun things that you don't need. So that would be like, you know, oh, I would like to get this new makeup when I don't need to, or I want to get these art supplies when I don't need to, or I want to just go buy 50 pizzas when I don't need to, kind of thing. Stuff you don't need, okay? Now, how the metaphor originally goes, which I didn't ever like, was that the big rocks were school. They were just school. And the reason why I didn't like that, I'm not shitting on school. I do think school is important and education is important. It's just that whenever they teach you this, it is that school comes first and nothing else does. I remember a kid in my class even had asked the teacher, like, well, what if my husband or my child is dying, or my wife or my mom, like, gets hit with a car accident? Are you saying I should still come to class and school comes first? And my teacher with a blank face was like, yeah, school's more important than everything. So, yeah. So I don't agree with that. I like thinking of it more of things you have to do in a day. So think of it like deadlines, or bills that are coming up, or, you know, just basic things like, let's say you have medication you need to get, you know, you need your medication, so that'll be a big rock. You gotta be able to pay for your medication, all that kind of stuff. You know, I don't believe that, you know, you should literally... This kind of goes for everything, though. I feel like one thing should control your entire life. I know that sounds weird, but again, that's a whole topic for another video. So that rock metaphor for me is a very good thing on time management. You need to have proper time management if you want to be a self-taught artist. You must be asking, like, well, why? I'm self-employed, so I could just do it whenever I want. Yes, but you have to do it whenever you want. So keep in mind, let's say, I'll use me as an example because, well, while I'm talking, I work every day, anywhere between 4 hours to 8 hours. That must seem like a very, you know, wide range of spectrum, but sometimes there's lots of stuff that happened that I can't get a lot of work done in one day, so I'll make it up the next day. But I try to make sure, you don't have to do me, like I showed it in my, bullet journal. I try to, like, schedule out what I need to get done that day, and I give myself wiggle room. I'll be like, okay, if I don't get everything done, that's fine, but as long as I get about 90% done on my list that I need to get done that day, then I had a successful day. So, how do you get proper time management skills? Honestly, there are so many videos that I try to help you out, and it all comes down to you. It comes down to you. If you don't have the patience or the time to sit down and actually do it and think through your day, then all you have to blame is yourself. I know that might be a little harsh, but that's what it was for me, because I used to be one of those people. I used to always blame, like, I'm doing everything. I bought a journal. I filled it out. Nothing blah, 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 blah. The journal isn't going to hold you accountable. It's just a, like, physical reminder, and that's only if you check it every day. I know people who have bullet journals and never fucking check it, so I'm like, why are you even writing in it? You need to be accountable for yourself. If you know you cannot be accountable for yourself, try maybe, if you're in a relationship, see if your partner can help you. Cody's helped me a couple times. If you're not, let's say you're living at home or you're in school or something, have a parent or a friend or someone who you know you can trust to be honest, not someone who will tell you what you want to hear. Because there were days where I was really, really upset and I wouldn't even get out of bed and I would just have a very bad day and I'd be texting Cody and he would be insisting. He's like, well, come on, just get up, do something. Something's better than nothing. And having that little bit of support is really helpful, and it helps you get a routine. That's another thing I think you need with time management, is you need a routine. Obviously things are going to happen where the routine's going to break, that, you know, it's life. But what I do, that's helped me out a lot recently, because what I used to do, this is getting a little personal, I would, like, wake up, go to the bathroom, do my hair, and then I would just go right to work. I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't do anything. I would literally wake up, use the bathroom, and then come work. And I would get so burnt out with only working like 2 hours that I would end up taking like a 3-hour break, because I'd be like, then I'm like, wow, I'm starving, I'm gonna go make myself breakfast or lunch or whatever, and then I'm spending time making it, then I'm spending time eating it, and then I'll use that time to, like, kind of de-stress. And that was really poor on my part. I would waste so much time doing that. So what I do now, what helps me out, is I wake up, I try my best to wake up in the morning. I know it's hard for some people. I'm also a night owl, so this is hard. But some tips and tricks, if you have blockout shades or whatever, get rid of those. And I know people must be like, what are you talking about? No, I'm talking to people who, like, again, you're self-employed, so you can make your own hours. I hate being awake in the morning, but I will admit I am a lot more productive when I wake up earlier than when I wake up, like, in the afternoon. Make sure that you open up your blinds. Like, Cody leaves really early for work. Cody always leaves, like, 6 a.m. to work every day. I cannot wake up at 6 a.m. That's something I can't do. I've done it before, and I'm always like a slug, so there's no point, because I'll crash at like 8 p.m. So I asked Cody when he leaves, he can open the mini blinds fully in our bedroom, so that way when I wake up, the room's already well lit. The room isn't dark, and I'm not as tempted to fall back asleep. I'm one of those people. So having the blinds open has helped me a lot. I immediately get out of bed. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm one of those people where I need to get out of bed. Because I would fall back asleep. Know yourself. I want you to sit back, really think about you right now. What do you do? Because when you actually think about it and really think about it, not try to give yourself excuses. Again, I've done that. That's what I know. Write down everything you do in an average day. Forget art, just what do you do in an average day? And think about how much time it takes. You'll realize how much time you really are wasting doing menial shit that you don't even realize you're doing. So that's why I'm saying do this, and then you'll notice things. I'm not saying cut back on sleep. Sometimes, like I said, routines are going to change. Sometimes you have to pull all-nighters. Sometimes there's an emergency and you can't work it all that day. Or maybe there's a huge distraction in your life that you can't control, and so that's a whole day wasted. With proper time management, it's gonna suck dick, but what you're gonna have to do is, you're going to have to be like, okay, well shit, I wasted this entire day. This is gonna have to be a weekend day now. Let's say your weekend days were usually on the weekends. Let's just say Saturday and Sunday, right? Well, you spent a whole day, let's say Wednesdays. Wednesday something happens, and you can't get any work done. Let's just circumstance. Maybe your computer won't work, maybe you don't have supplies, and you don't have a car, just something happens, you can't work on Wednesday. So you're like, well crap, I don't want today to be a weekend day, but I need to get this work done. So then what you would do is, on one of your weekend days, have that be a work day. Or if anything, have it be a half day, okay? I don't understand how people don't, they get, all butthurt. It's like, well, what if I can't work, 8 to 6 hours or whatever, a full day of work? That's fine. Take a half day, but make sure you spend, in my opinion, more than, an hour working on a picture. And again, depression happens. Things happen. Sometimes it's really hard to be motivated. I understand that. I've been there. The thing is, though, you're gonna have to do a lot of self-motivating and a lot of self-care. Self-care isn't just taking a bubble bath and watching some shows you like. You need to really think about yourself. You need to make sure you're eating. I was a really bad culprit of this, but those are kind of self-destructive behaviors that you don't realize. Now I make sure that I always wake up and I have something in the morning. Even if it's small, like a piece of toast. I have something and a drink, and I spend my mornings waking up instead of just getting right to work. So I'll get up, I'll make myself some tea, maybe some toast, and then I'll eat it, and then I'll make my bed, and then I'll get to work. That's been helping me a ton, and I think that's something other people need to do. You need to find routines that work for you. And can you draw all the time? You should take, this is going off of when I used to work. My old work rules were, if you worked 2 hours, you got a 15-minute break. And if you worked over, I think it was 5 hours, or over 5 hours, you got a 30-minute lunch. So I would use those. And let's say you didn't have that. Then you know what? Every 2 hours, take a 15-minute break, and then maybe at the 6-hour mark, take an hour lunch. Take a break, get away, step away from your computer, do some stretches. So I'll do things like that, You just do little items, and you gotta find ways to do this. If you cannot draw constantly, then maybe this isn't for you. Oh, well, Michelle, what are you talking about? There are lots of artists out there who make videos and they only do one video a week. Why can't I do that? Look at their subscriber count. I hate to be this asshole. Look at their subscriber count. Look at their watcher count. Look at if they have a Patreon. Take those into consideration, because some people, high enough followings, can afford to only make or work on a picture maybe 4 hours a week, and that could be their full-time job. Is that bad? No, they found a way to work the system. But if you're starting out, don't have that mentality, you're not going to make any money. And can you afford prints and merch? Well, if you can't, you probably can't, and I'm doing that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Again, if you're starting out, you're probably not going to make that much money, especially if you don't have a following. As I've stated constantly, you need to get on this ball, and I think what the problem is with so many artists I know is they're so scared of their art being stolen or no one liking it, and those can be completely different topics for a whole nother video, so I'm not going to get into that very much. I'm not going to get into that for very long, because this video is already pretty long, and I didn't want it to be this long, so, yeah, if you are afraid of that, you're not gonna be able to do it. Just long story short, you will not be able to do it, because I'm not saying, share everything with the internet. No, that's not proper etiquette. That's not good storytelling if you want to have like a story or something. But if you're working really, really hard on this painting that, let's just say for whatever project you're working on, is nothing spoilery or it's a fan art, post it up. Post it up so people will see it. If you do not post it, we live in an age now where if you're not constantly posting, people aren't going to think you're alive anymore. I know it sounds like really harsh, but they're going to be like, well, this person just doesn't post online anymore. They're gone, whatever. No one cares. I'm going to go watch this artist that posts 15 things a day, even though they're not finished. I'm not saying be the unfinished artist, but they figured it out. You post constantly, people are more willing to trust you. They're more willing to commission you or buy your merch because they feel like you're constantly active. You're constantly doing stuff. And again, sometimes life gets in the way, and you can't do that. I get it. I've been there. Try your best. Try it. You have to try. And again, especially if you're self-employed, there is no excuse in my opinion. You literally have all day, every day, to fiddle around your schedule to get this stuff done. And if you make it as a, print artist, even more luck to you. That is, one of the hardest ones and one of the best ones to get into. I'm trying to do it now, but I still need commissions to survive. And if you don't like doing commissions, you're not making a lot of money, then you better be willing to get a part-time job or have, a sugar daddy or mommy or something, because you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it, and you're gonna get mad, because I've seen people do this. They'll be like, well, I tried, and it didn't work out, and I'm like, well, how long did you try for? Oh, a month. That's not trying. I've been a self-employed artist technically now for, I'll say, about 2.5 years. That's where I'm doing it full-time. I've been looking for part-time work, and I've gotten odd jobs here and there to help when I need it, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, again, keep in mind, I'm only making about minimum wage, but you also need to have money management. That's why I do okay. I, unlike a lot of people I know, will be like, okay, I'll use those memes. You'll see them. I'll be like, oh, I had 300 in my account, and I only spent 50. Now I have negative 150 in my account. What the hell happened? Never let that happen to you. You need proper money management. And by that, I'm not saying, well, I just got this day job, and I don't have bills to pay, and, well, are you saying I shouldn't? No. Treat yourself. I'm not saying be like a little Jew. I can say this because my family's Jewish. Don't be like, a little hoarder and hoard your money and not live. That's not what I'm saying. Don't do that. You're wasting your life. You're not enjoying life. But take into account, okay, how much are your bills every month? Or maybe you're a lucky bitch and you don't have bills and you have someone take care of you. And you know what? Good for you. If you have that, good for you. I'm not shitting on you. But you should still have a little savings buffer in case something happens. You never know. Life can happen, so... And if not, and again, you're completely taken care of, use that money to put back into your art. Buy merchandise, buy new art supplies, buy new equipment. Buy things to better your craft, okay? Okay. Yeah. Do this, because then you can become more affordable. You can afford things differently. I have to use Redbubble because I can't afford to get nice prints made and hope they sell and ship them out. And I'm just not there right now. I want to be someday, but right now I'm not there. And does that bother me? No, because I am slowly getting there. But I know people who don't have good money management skills, and they'll be like, crap, my bills are due and I have nothing. I am flat broke. What did you waste it on? Oh, well, I didn't make any money this month. But then they'll talk to me about how they went out to dinner, and how they got drinks, and how, oh, they went to Disneyland, and oh, they got this new game, and this collector's edition of a game. And I'm like, well, you didn't really need those things, and you knew your bills were this month. Oh, well, yeah, but I thought I'd make it back. Never think that. Never think that. You need to have your bill money set aside first. It's the first thing I always do whenever I get paid, is I make sure, whenever I get any commission order, anything from Redbubble, anything, I make sure that my bill money is covered first. If that means I don't get to have fun that month, fine. If that means that I don't get to go get Subway or Starbucks, fine. My bills are covered, and I have a little savings buffer. To me, that's being a successful artist. That is being a successful self-employed artist. But these are very important things I feel you need to be a self-employed artist. You need to have the time management. You need to have the money management. Can you draw? Are you scared of the internet? Are you scared of people stealing your stuff? I hate to be an asshole. People are going to steal your stuff, okay? Yeah, that's a video for another day. But I'm not saying be like, oh no, people are stealing my stuff. If they're making a profit off of it, go for it. Like, attack them. I don't attack them. But contact them. You can actually take legal matters, but a lot of people don't know that. You can take legal matters against someone. But if they're just like a 12-year-old being an idiot and reposting your art, don't like send, your league after them because they don't know any better. But again, if you have that fear, you're not going to go anywhere. I'm not saying don't be concerned. Be concerned, but you need to be willing to create content. You need to be willing to get your name out there. You need to be willing to do what you love and make money. Because some people are like, oh, well, do what you love and the money will come. Not always. You need to work for that, okay? And I feel like that's as boiled down as I can get it, but I hope this helped you. I know it helped me. And as always, I will. See you guys next time. Bye!
When our hearts both